air and he didn't land it, that killed me too. It was a pretty good ender though. I'm very happy for Zach.
Yeah, I was literally like every time he touched Switch or Switch touched him, I was like, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh
yeah,
god.
Yeah. It started getting slightly less consistent in the punishes compared to like the beginning of the set because I rewatched some of it, but it was still a butt clincher. Very happy for Texas. Ooh, Shokio.
I'm so fucking proud of Zach. Like, I think Teals tweeted it to him. He said, 2 years ago, I don't know if you would have been able to come back after being reset on. And, you know, I think that just shows how much Zach has grown as a person and a player.
Just like mentality and...
He's really like he's lost all this weight. He's such a more positive person, and obviously there's still issues and stuff as everybody has, but it just shows that he's come a long way, and I'm super happy for him.
Like physically, psychologically, and just performance-wise, he's matured from the cast that he's been playing. And I know we'll get back to that match at hand, but Zach, as a player, it's great to see him grow. And I've only been in the community for 2.5, almost 3 years. You've been here 3 years solidly.
Low Tier City 6 will be my 3 year.
Yeah. So I've been here like 2.5 then. That means, yeah, even like for that short amount of time, because I wasn't there for Constructables or the development of the Roy Ditto between Cephalon and Lunchables, but it's still great to see because I started showing up, I think it was like 4 months before Olympus. So, and that was a big decider of like Zachary's mentality overall as a player between him being reset on, like we saw from, or what Teal tweeted earlier. So, it's good. It feels like Lunchables got his closure and is continuing on. It's like the new arc of an anime.
Right.
At that point.
He could just... Now that he's gotten his first big one, it's possible that he could get more. Or, you know, maybe he's tired of competing and is fine leaving it at that. Whatever he wants to do. But either way, I support him. I believe him. I'm super proud that he finally got one. He deserves it. Yeah, he's a really fucking good player.
Ooh, but a very steady back and forth that we've been seeing between Shokio and Captain Birdman. It looks like Shokio definitely more consistent in his defensive options. Not sure if he picked up anything from Intern's book, who's just, in my mind, super defensive, like textbook-wise, super defensive ZSS.
I would agree with that. Intern's definitely defensive style, doesn't take a lot of risk, kind of. ZSS in general has a lot of good defensive options, and I think he utilizes them really well.
Ooh. And even with the stalled shine, baiting out a reaction from Shokio, maybe not on purpose, but still going to capitalize off of some form of shine, Nutty movement.
Okay, that should be it, I think. I'm wrong. Ignore me.
Oh, yeah, and he tried to go for the risky edgeguard. Yeah, waiting it out.
Excuse me, he landed that shine, but then he wave dashed back. Ouch.
Yeah, Shokio seems a little disappointed missing that edge guard.
Yeah, if he would have just like ran out there and nared, he would have won, or even just like stay on stage down tilt into X.
Yeah, but being able to hold stage at that point, it just feels so safe. And there are a lot of times, like there are stages in your head where you're like, oh, I don't want to risk it. I don't want to have to go to to ledge at that point, and then be put into a volatile situation where it relies solely on my consistency to edge guard, which is one of the hardest parts of the game.
Right,
overall.
being consistent and executing stuff you need to do under pressure.
Exactly. So, it very understandable standpoint coming out from Shokio. But with the stage bans going to Metal Cavern, I don't know if that is the best stage pick between them. I feel like you would want to go towards like WarioWare with ZSS just to make sure that you can close out and then force Birdman into small corners, but you definitely have more experience with putting Jason into smaller stages. How do you think that goes?
I think going to smaller stages against Jason is smart because it doesn't allow him. A lot of his neutral revolves around the B reverse laser, and when you're able to not take away that option, but when you're able to like mitigate the use of it through platforms or just the sheer size of the stage, I think it's really helpful playing against him. I don't know if Wario's is the pick. I think FOD for ZSS is probably the better pick. I think Fox should take him to Wario's.
Okay.
Definitely a smaller platform stage. I think the stage choice is also fine. It's just going to depend on how Shokio deals with the lasers.
Yeah.
And if he can keep his punishes up.
And Birdman, I think Birdman is very strong when playing on these stages like Final Destination. Very elongated through its like horizontal plane. I think when it comes to anything, being able to just shoot out a laser overall is incredibly strong against Shokio.
Right. I love Birdman's shield mix-ups. Like, he didn't connect that F smash there, but you see him doing like waveland backs out of empty hops.
Yeah.
And doing the B reverse pop. I don't know why I said pop, and B reverse laser to bait out like a shield grab.
And I think he got that actually from Deku. Very consistent where he'll put you in shield, he'll jump forward, and then he'll just like waveland backwards. And it's definitely a note Birdman has done so often. I feel like it's an option that you should always expect at that point.
It's just hard. It comes at you so fast, and it's like, if you think he's going to do that and he doesn't, and he just hits your shield, it's like, oh, now I just got grabbed. Damn it. Oh. But he just did the waveland back in. He has been doing that a lot, so I want to see if he just goes in and actually commits to something.
I think because he has done it twice at this point, it's going to be harder to dissolve. And he has to create a mix-up afterwards compared to what he's already done. Because I think everyone, especially in Shokio's standpoint, is expecting the general empty hop waveland back, or wave dash back, wait a second, forward smash.
Right.
And it's really going to be on Birdman's point to immediately mix it up because he's kind of shown his guns, and now he's reverting back to the spacing war, making sure that he can call out Shokio on his double or triple jumps. Ooh, very great air-to-air. Yeah, it's going to be one of Birdman's talks.
Not a bad risk he took. He tried to suicide dare on Shokio.
Ooh, getting it started. Yeah, and just such a consistent tech chase.
Yeah, I'll do it.
And I think that's the first time we've seen Shokio with like a 0 to death of that factor.
Yeah, that's the strength of the stage. And he could easily, not easily, but he could feasibly pull out another one of those if he gets another grab right here. Especially now that he's at about 35. Sometimes it's hard. Yep, there you go. Oh my god, he did the chain grab for once in his freaking life. He's like, yeah, now I'm at 100. I got...
Okay. Yeah. That wasn't the best option.
I hate it when that happens.
Yeah. I don't know if it was just...
He either didn't have a jump or he just did it too fast.
Yeah. Oh, but yeah, Shokio definitely taking it, staying readily consistent, even though it looked like Jason had the momentum a majority of the match.
That's power FD though.
Yeah.
Momentum is not a thing on that stage, sometimes.
Making sure is so position heavy. So, with it being 1-1, I think it's great to stay on a relatively more consistent stage as PS2. I think it's going to be really hard because you still divulge into the same problem that Captain Birdman has been putting you into the whole time. So Captain Birdman with his like full hop falling laser right before he lands, very strong B reverse laser just to cover the horizontal space, and his overall like back spacing that we were seeing from Shokio, like covering full hops of his own.
Right.
We saw him immediately go for a full hop, drift in. Jason covered it with the B reverse into Chime. And it's going to put onto Shokio more of a aerial horizontal carry for punishes rather than what we saw in FD, which was solid tech chases into down smash, forward smash.
And that all came off of Birdman missing an L cancel on his down air.
Yeah, it's one of those rookie mistakes. Yeah, keeping him at ledge.
Oh no. That grab barely hit. I actually really like that down air there. He just barely missed the conversion.
But still,
he was clearly like, he was going to DI in there because you would think he'd get hit. So he could have got a huge punish. What?
I don't know. I'm looking at it as funny.
I'm seeing ghosts.
Damn, I'm really going to miss Shokio. Because I think this is his last IaB for a while.
Possibly. I'm not sure, because he said that for like a few weeks. I know he's in training at his new work.
Well, I really hope he trains for the rest of his life.
But still gets paid.
Yeah, but still gets paid this great wage.
I am glad everybody was able to make it out tonight, though. Not everybody, but like Shokio and Birdman specifically. This would have been a very dry IaB if they were also gone with Zach and Troy. And
I think the nature of it would be more Arcadian-esque.
Yeah.
And we have been seeing results of that. It allowed some other players to shine. I think with like Intern making it into top 8, going to losers quarters, very good. I don't know if it would have changed for like me and Hot Pockets because we meet up in bracket pretty consistently. But overall, I mean, it still has that Arcadian-esque vibe to it.
Which is super cool. It's just nice when our friends are able to come.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
That should be it. Yeah, he got the jump there.
Yeah, and Shokio super consistent when putting Jason into the corner. I think his laser game isn't as mix-up heavy, I feel, like in pacing, to the point where Shokio doesn't have like a good read on when he's going to go for something like laser or any form of short hop. Because Shokio called him out the same way he called him out on FOD, or on FD, that is. One of the stocks, Jason immediately went for a short hop, and then we saw Shokio just call him out, force the air-to-air with a nair, and then he just died.
Yeah.